Excuse me, people. I did not mean to cough like that. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Am I right?
I'm lying. I have 3 corn dog bites. One of these.
What is that?
It's the vegetable things.
Oh, now you're gonna have a slice of pizza, right? That's good. Right. Justin, David, how are you guys doing?
Oh.
I am glad. Oh, Ron, Deezy, how are you? Stevie, how are you? Wait a second. I get some dings on Messenger here. I'm trying to figure out what they are, and then I will be. That could well be. Native Crib, how are you? Night 2, woohoo! Yes. LKB, how are you? Let me fix your name there, LKB. You gotta. You, there, now you're fixed, LKB. You a bit.
Can I show your live?
Yeah, you can show the live. This my sister, my daughter made a painting. Made a painting. Made a painting for my son.
And I know I spelled you're wrong. I did that so it pisses people off.
Yeah.
Wait. Should I show him the big reveal?
It's supposed to be apostrophe.
Yeah, you're missing.
Sorry, N-E.
Should I show him the big reveal?
Ooh, great work.
Oh yeah. That was the excess paint.
Yeah. You're the man, Andrew. You're the man. Anyway, let me go see what these were real quick before I can't. Okay, I got that one. All right. Ooh, what the heck happened there? Yes. There's nails and a hammer, right? Might have to go down and look in that cabinet over there or something, because everything else is locked up. So, I am sorry, guys. I'm just checking them real quick. I don't want to mean a King Nerd King. Yes. What do you guys think about? You know, if you're talking about the little video that Edward Tyndall did, I was talking to him about that, and then he decided to do the video on it. And I'm trying to figure out, will that affect everything? I mean, will that like make it so that we can transport stuff without no problems and stuff like that? And if he's going to do it, Andrew, Tanisha said she loves your shirt. I think we should be able to do it for everything. They can't just pick and choose. Right. There's.
I need to sign it, otherwise we'll sell it.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Tanisha. How are you doing, by the way, Tanisha? How is everybody? How is Tanisha, Stevie, Justin, DW, Native Crib? Could you let the dog in when you go by? I can't remember what your name is, Native Crib. Please forgive me. John or JP, yes. Why? What are you in a pickle with there, LKB?
Hanging in his office.
Oh, it might not matter to you, but it kind of does to me, because I like to try to be personal with everybody that's in here of some way. You know, I try to get to know everybody's.
How much trouble do you think she'll get if she puts that in Justin's office?
What you're a
bitch.
Yeah. Say I didn't paint it. I bet you do, David Whalen. I bet you do, buddy. So LKB, what kind of pickle are you in? What's going on? You have a bacterial eye infection. Yes, that's a J Dog's in the house. What's up? Yeah, that could be a bad infection. I had a eye infection once, and it spread to the other one when I was younger. I was in high school. They were doing something at the school, and they asked for a teenager to go help them, and I went and helped them. Something fell in my eye, which scratched it, which caused it to get an infection in it, and it went. And please, everybody, please hit the like button. It helps other people hear about the channel. I mean, helps other people to get notified. I don't know who all, who all was notified right away or not. So, Leo, stop it! It's just Andrew hanging a picture down there. Set up a 30-gallon half moon aquarium. I'm thinking of 30-gallon tetras. It depends on what kind of tetras you're thinking of, because some get big, some don't. But yeah, they're pretty good. If I were to do a tank again, I mean, I got guppies down there right now. I've gotten rid of all the discus fish and all, because it was just getting to be too much. The discus fish, the fish, tarantulas, the rats, the whole 9 yards. It gets to be a lot. If I were to do any kind of an aquarium right now, it would be a zoanthid. I would do fragging. Simple. You only have to have a couple fish in there to keep it clean, like a couple clownfish or something. But fragging is the only thing I would do right now. Oh, you got notified. Oh, I thought you were going to. I was going to say, what are you doing?
I'm stripping to my skivvies.
Yeah. Thank you, J-Dog, for letting me know you got notified.
I thought maybe if I went a little farther in my closet, you wouldn't see me, but obviously, the butt's not big that you see me.
So that's what I would do with a 30-gallon tank. I would frag. That's just my opinion, though, but that's because of what I like. I like zoanthids and poly and stuff like that. Also, your Google Home Mini likes your wife more than you. I have the same problem with Alexa. She kind of likes Becky more than me, but that's because I'm kind of rude with her. I don't know. Yeah, you have to be careful when you cut corals, especially zoanthids. They do secrete a toxin that if you get it in your eyes, it'll affect your eyes. There was a guy who cut all these frags off of zoanthids, right? And he had them sitting in a bowl, and he had put them on his table. He was getting ready to go to his show, and he had set them there. And he turned around, and they were all gone. He couldn't figure it out. Well, later that day, he came home, and his dog was dead, and it had eaten the zoanthids out of the bowl, and they killed him. And then I've also heard of people taking coral frags and zoanthids and stuff and putting them in a new aquarium shortly after they were cut, and they killed half the fish. They come out in the morning and all the fish are floating. So yeah, if you do zoanthids, it's kind of a that's all you do type of thing. They're really nice. If you look them up online, the zoanthids type of aquariums, they're beautiful. They're beautiful. I like them better than fish. They pulsate. You feed them just like you do fish and stuff. It's really good.
I hung it right under his light so he sees it all the time.
Oh, on that little.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, ATM, I'm going to tell you something about those guys. They're great people. Don't get me wrong. I'm friends with them. They talk to me and stuff. I haven't talked to them in a long time now, but they have talked to me and stuff. But here's the deal. They set up the tanks, and, you might not think them fish die, but a lot of them do, like, within a couple days, because they do that too quick. To get a proper setup on an aquarium, even if you use ocean water, it should still sit, I would recommend, minimum of a week. And again, very expensive. Don't get me wrong. Wade they're great people. They really are. Plan on stocking up on puzzles. Puzzles are good. My aunt and uncle do that because here in the wintertime, you can't get out much, and they're older. They're like around 80 or so. So they stock up on them because they can't go outside. So that's what they do most of the winters, put puzzles together. Me, when I'm that age, if I'm lucky enough to make it that long, knock on wood, I hope I am, I will definitely be stocking up on tarantula food, because that's what I want to do when I'm older. Something simple, something easy, something that's not hard for me to do. because I can't. I have a hard time getting around now because of my back. So that's my plan. Not bad. Back pain today, a little different because we've been getting storms that have been coming through every other day, like raining, not raining, raining, not raining, cold, hot, cold. Because this time of year, and I've done some little bit of research on this too, Stevie. Most people with spinal bifida suffer this time of year, and then they suffer again in the spring. And why that would be, I don't know. But I've on all these boards that I see, it's a big complaint about people this time of year. So, okay, B, what kind of Tetras were you thinking of getting? Wait a minute, guys. I'm just answering this real quick. Yeah, Cardinal. I know what you meant. They're pretty cool. Yeah. See, and it repeats. It's gonna rain all day tomorrow, they said. So I think that's why my back hurts today. I was at my cousin's house once in South Dakota, Becky and I. And we're sitting there, I said, and my back started hurting real bad. And he's like, "What's going on?" I said, "It's gonna rain within an hour." And he's like, "No way, it's not. It's sunny out." Nobody believed me. Within 20 minutes, it started downpouring. Yeah, I seen that. He survived it. Did anybody die on that plane crash? I don't know. I didn't catch the whole thing.
I forgot about this today. You just said it. I got called Dick at work today.
By who?
Some stranger.
Oh, he was joking now.
Oh, I was gonna say.
He said everyone from Philadelphia are dicks. And I'm like, hi, I'm from Philadelphia, and shake my hand. Ready?
Oh, you're gonna do
He
that whole
goes like
thing?
this. He goes.
Don't.
No, he goes. Hi, you're a dick.
Yeah. Nobody died. That's good. That's very good. So, Native Crib, John, what's your opinion on the whole endangered species thing getting changed? What do you think? What's everybody's opinion on that? Does everybody knows he did that, right? Trump did that, right? And did everybody hear that Peter Fonda died? Trump, they gutted the entire Endangered Species Act, removed almost everything from it, I think. You think that was a travesty? Here's my opinion on it. I'm going to tell you. Now, me being an animal lover, I think animals do need to be protected. But here's my thing. They were building a highway. They already put like $10 billion into this highway, okay? Now, once they got the highway, they got so far with it, they found a tortoise burrow. And it was an endangered tortoise. So they had to scrap the highway, reroute the entire thing, and spend billions of dollars more. And because they didn't want to encroach on its habitat. Now, I feel that something like that, they need to have like things in play where they can actually move that to somewhere else to keep it safe. You know, Pride of Texas. What's going on, buddy? What is your name, by the way? I know, we make sure everybody gets our names.
Well, maybe he doesn't want you to know his name.
That could be. Tanisha said, hi, Becky.
Hi.
Cody. Well, hello, Cody. I'm Andrew. I'm Tanisha. Everybody else, I'm pretty sure you know almost everybody else in here, I think.
A or B?
B.
B? There it is.
Oh, you're going to put your dress on? Your
I'm
night.
gonna take a shower.
Okay. Yeah. So, thank you for stopping in. I got this fly that's flying around here. It's driving me crazy. One fly. One. I'm going to get this fly yet. I got a fly swatter. It's been bothering me. I've had once. This fly swatter sitting here. The only thing I could think of that you may have bought would either be some sort of tarantula or maybe a scorpion or something. Did anybody see my video I put up today? Or maybe a snake. Maybe you did get a snake. Maybe you got a ball python or something, huh? A pig. But what's your guys' opinion on that? How do you guys feel about that endangered species things? Do you think they should have to change it or something? Scorpion. Was it a death stalker? I think I seen a video with a bottle, with the picture was a bottle with the scorpion in it. I think if it was yours, I didn't get a chance to watch it yet because I haven't watched many things today. Scorpions are cool. Asian forest, basic one. Hey, there's no such thing as a basic one. BP Collector, how are you doing? Yeah, no, there's no such thing as a basic scorpion. All scorpions are cool. I like them. Had to make it. Ah, yes. I'm not sure he's going to make it a second term either, but you never know. It doesn't bother. I'm not going to bash the guy or nothing. I'm not like that. I have respect for him due to the fact he is the president of the United States. Some of the stuff he does is kind of questionable, like with the Endangered Species Act. I think I think instead of gutting it, I think they should have changed it. A few rules. Take for instance, the red-sided garter snake or something like that. One of them garter snake that only lives on 10 acres and it's completely protected, and we're protecting it into extinction. Things like that. They need to take things like that. Let the hobbyist have it, mass produce it, so we can, get them out there. But to reroute a $10 billion or $100 billion highway due to the fact there was a tortoise there is kind of a little overboard as far as I'm concerned. So, BP Collector, how are things been going with you? And how are things going? Tanisha, I'm going to tell you, I don't know if I respect him as a businessman because he's never ran a business successfully. All his businesses have failed and filed chapter. They've all filed for bankruptcy. So I don't know. I respect him because he's the president of the United States. And if you're the president of the United States, a person should show him respect due to the fact of the position. As the orange. Oh, sweet, 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 sweet. I hope she goes for you too. I really do. That would be awesome. Yeah, I saw that. At first, I thought that was a joke. But then the more I researched it and seen it on all the news stations, I'm thinking I didn't realize that. I'm not gonna say I didn't realize it, but he's got to not be the most intelligent individual. Yeah, see that stuff like that. Now, I think they could just get out and move the tortoise somewhere else. Take it if they find an endangered species, have somebody come and get it and go move it wherever they need to move it to. That's what I'm talking about, Cody. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's ridiculous to lose money like that over an endangered species. Right? That's like these tarantulas that are the endangered. She's taking a shower right now, buddy.
Darn it! I need to ask a question.
That's like
Who's all in chat?
a lot of people. That's like the tarantulas that are endangered. They don't want you traveling them across state lines and stuff like that. Well, the more people that get a hold of them from other breeders, not saying catch them in the wild and bring them here, but from other breeders, we can get them off the endangered species list. Hobbyists can get almost any animal off the endangered species list if they can let them have them and do it. George, how are you doing? Oh, that's right. BP, you moved, didn't you?
I'm waiting for the name to pop up.
Who's?
King.
Oh, they know you're King Nerd. They already set it up there when they saw you the first time.
Well, I didn't see it because I left right away.
So how are things today, George? Did they get that person out of the house that was holding his mother hostage down there, buddy?
Oh, Dad, my friend called me an Avatar wannabe.
Yeah. Yeah, the movie Avatar. Yeah.
He called me Smurf at first.
You know, moving in the realm of stress levels and depression and stuff like that, moving is equal with a death in the family, immediate family death member. Hey, Andrew. I'll tell him as soon as he comes out. He's out in the other room. But a lot of people suffer a lot of depression and stuff.
Did you use my name?
Yes, I did. I could use your name because you and I got the same name. But anyway, you're Smurfette now. Yeah, you get stressed to the max. It's definitely one of they consider it equal to a death of an immediate family member. And I noticed this is something I've noticed too with a lot of people who've had family members die, like children who've had people who've had children die. A lot of them will pack up and move to a new house immediately. And that's like a double whammy. And I think that they think they're doing themselves a justice by moving because then they could sit and not look at the house and remember things with the person there and all that. But I think it's just a lot of stress. I would not move. Yeah, see, Dale and Atomic. I saw you, Justin. I saw you, buddy. How you doing? That's last. Well, congratulations on that. I'm glad you guys found a good home. Here's what I did. I did a lot of moving when I was a kid. My parents did a lot of moving when I was a kid. And it's only because in Philadelphia, you could live in an area and then the area go bad with drugs and stuff. So instead of exposing us to this, that they would pack us and buy another house. We would move in that one, sell that one. Eventually, you know, you run out of places to go because the whole city of Philadelphia went almost all the drugs for some reason. So, yeah. So then we moved up here, and then my father died. So, we got another house, and my mother moved in with us, so she didn't have to be by herself. So, we're done moving now. We ain't moving again. So this is it. This is our permanent home. I hope. Yeah, I agree. I think it's very tough for some people, and that's a shame. I think that as a society, we should be at the point now where we can actually help people more than what we do. I don't mean to get all like kind of political like this, but I think that we are at the point um, I think we're at the point where we could. I was reading something, guys. I'm sorry about that. I agree with you, Stevie. I do. I think we're at the point now where we should actually be able to help people, so people didn't lose their homes. Because we're the richest country in the world. We can definitely step up and help people, especially our vets. We have a lot of vets that are treated like crap, and that's not right. They go out and defend this country without hesitation.
You know, the sewing machine still open up at the.
It was, but there was only one thing in it the other day, and that was I asked Emma what it was. I don't remember what it was that was in there. You would have to ask her exactly what it was. Oh, that's all right, Uber. At least it ain't in the wintertime with a flat tire, you know, and that happens a lot. Like BP Collector, he and his wife sacrificed so much because for our country, and yet I would hope that if they ran into some kind of situation, that the federal government and the government would be there to help them for their service.
It's like $1.20, right?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm gonna get like $2. I'm gonna go out there with
On your bike?
Yeah.
You be careful, bud.
It's 10:10.
I'm not talking about the time. I'm talking about other things. One would think, yeah, I would hope. And if not, I would hope you would be proud enough to at least ask us to help you, because we would be more than happy to step up to the plate for you, buddy. That's cool. Yeah, that's a good size tank for a Scorpion. 10 gallon. That's about all you're going to need, I think, for that. That'd be like a maximum home.
Hey, Emma's gonna go in at 9 tomorrow. She's going to 9 to 5 instead of.
Yeah, I heard. I know that.
7. I need to go to Bismarck in the morning. I am like completely out of body soap and conditioner.
Okay.
I forgot to buy some today.
Okay.
So if you want to go with me,
All right.
you got to be up and ready by
9.
8:45.
Yeah, that's fine.
So.
Yeah, you would. That is crazy. Oh, KB. Oh yeah, no problem, BP Collector. No problem. You don't get caught by cinnamon. The VA is a total mess. They've actually started outsourcing things, to regular hospitals now.
Where are you going?
He's going to the soda machine to see what they got in it.
Mom, I have a question. Are you taking me to like Minot to get juice?
I don't know when, why.
Okay, just wondering.
Why?
Because I just want to know when. God.
Oh, is that? It's going to sound like fun. That sounds like fun. You going, BP Collector? We've had a KKK president back. What are you talking about there, Stevie? Becky's dad was a Vietnam War veteran. He was a decorated war hero, and he got cancer and died. And I don't think that they did their job to help him. I really don't.
Oh, I would keep my comments to myself about that one.
Yeah. Soda is overrated. That's why I don't drink it. Yeah, that would be cool. Do a vlog on it. Yep.
Ugh.
Beardies are cool. Beardies are very cool. You know how to tell if they're a male or a female, right?
Males has testicles, the females don't.
That's true. Actually, they got hemipenes. Yeah, her dad was a big time war hero. He had this big letter written by General Westmoreland and all kind of stuff. When he died, he had the option to have a parade in Washington, but they opt out, and he don't know why. That was his ex-wife did that, right? The wife before your mom. Yeah, and when he was with her, his ex-wife, she's like, I don't want no big parade for you, and I don't want you buried down in Arlington National Cemetery because then I won't be able to be buried next to you and all this kind of stuff. So he opted out of it. And then they got divorced right after that. So he's like, I don't know why I did that. I agree with that too. I believe service members should get tax free. But that depends, though, on the situation. Like, you talking all people who served in the military and service, or are you talking about the ones that are just serving now? Yeah, wow, your dad's dealing with the VA. Am I right, Stevie? Oh, and Stevie, what did you mean by the KKK member or president or something like? I don't know what you were talking about. You got to tell me what you mean. Yeah, people. Oh, okay. You don't think that would run into problems later on due to the fact that so many people have served in the military? And then, you know what other people would argue about that? I could tell you. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I could tell you what another problem is. People who are disabled and cannot serve in the military would say that's not fair. You know, you understand what I'm saying? Oh, the Bristol Motor Speedway is very cool. Same here. Justin and my son. I'll tell you what my son's problem was. He passed everything with flying colors, but he's colorblind in a certain spectrum, and they wouldn't let him in. Oh, and there was one other thing that kept him out. I just found this out. He's got a latex allergy. And because you got a latex allergy, you can't serve in the military because there's no time for them to switch gloves if they need to help you. And, you know, it's weird how that works. I live 5 minutes from the Underwood Speedway. I could hear him running every Saturday and Wednesday. Is it on? Something like that. Yeah, I have to agree with you there, BP Collector. Yeah, and you see, and that's a shame. I'm sorry you suffer epilepsy. Oh, you want to be in Space Force, right? Like Starship Troopers? Oh, did they? See, I did not know that, Dale. You know your history, buddy. That's awesome. I like people who know their history like that. David, there's nothing wrong with that either. I seen a saying the other day. David, this is so funny. This is exactly what it said. Yeah, I'm fat. I buy food, not drugs, or not meth or something like that. But yeah, it was kind of funny when I heard that. But yeah, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I think he lives in Los Angeles or something like that. Okay, B, I'm pretty sure. Where?
In the kitchen.
Anybody? Oh, yeah, you can have it. I might be flat. I don't know whose it is. It's been
I
sitting.
don't care what.
America. Yeah. Yeah, David Duke. He was the Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. I did know that. Yes. Yeah, I love my country too, and I love history, and they should teach it more in school. Aqua balls. A lot of countries are mandatory. You must serve a minimum of 1 to 2 years, except for here. And then they had the draft, and then now they don't have that no more. They will put it in if something happens. They need to put it in. Correct, Hubert. I've seen it. It's been so long since I've seen it that I don't remember much. I do know that most of the people that played in it did die from cancer because of where they filmed it at. But yeah. Yeah, Israel's mandatory. England is mandatory. Most of them countries over there are mandatory. Did he? I didn't know that either. I know that Russia's mandatory, China's mandatory, North Korea is mandatory. Oh, he helped write it? Very good. But it's politically incorrect due to the fact it was a comedy, so that's why they did it like that. Germany, I'm not sure of, but they may be mandatory too. I don't know. Switzerland is, yes. I believe it's Switzerland. Every house has to have a gun, and everybody in the house has to be trained to use the gun. Oh yeah, if they re-release that today, people would be like, "What in the?" They is that what they do? You see, I didn't know that. I just know that everybody had to know how to use it or something. I think that this country's not this country, but the people in general have become so everything. Oh man, you offend me. Hey, get over it, people. Seriously, everything somebody does offends somebody anymore.
You offend me by breathing.
I know that, hon, but that's okay.
Well, it's not okay.
That's why
Okay.
I keep breathing just to offend you. You keep me going. Thank you. Yep. I'll tell you, times are soft right now. When I was a kid, I literally died. And my dad told me to get up and walk it off. Nowadays, a little person, oh, he made fun of me over the internet, people. I'm all sad. Come on, grow up, people. Yeah. If she's over every other word. I think it is, and I think it's wrong. Well, I think it's definitely. Oh, you got a kick out of that. Yeah. I mean, when I was a kid, here's what my son says. All right, he's 23 years old, and he says, "You know, Dad, when you were a kid, you would go out and dig a hole in the ground. You know, to play. You'd go outside, get a shovel, dig a hole." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "But kids today, they get on the on Xbox and play Minecraft and dig a hole. They don't know what it's like to go outside and dig a hole." Which is the truth. I never thought of it that way, but it is. The kids don't know how to do anything today. When I was a kid, you learned. See, people, well, you can't let your kid do that. They'll get hurt. You can't do that. You let your kid get hurt. When I was a kid, you learned what you got hurt doing and what you didn't get hurt doing, and you learned not to do the things that you hurt. Or, now they don't do that. Same, us older generation people. It's a little different.
How far is the airport from this house right here?
Yeah, see?
So that she can get married off at 14?
Yep. Oh, I'm not saying that. I agree going out and playing sports and stuff, but usually, even those ones, when they're home, they're on their phone. On their phone.
She can get raped and maimed.
Games are pointless. I mean, don't get me wrong. The kids put an Xbox on here. If I want to interact with, I like to get on there and mess with them a little bit.
So she's not gonna get it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. If you got hurt, your mom kicked your ass worse than it was before. You got twice as bad. I want to tell you a little story. When I was a kid, I was about 8, 9 years old, and these kids down the street had every toy you can think of. It was just ridiculous. Okay. Somebody crushed a whole bunch of their toys. All right. They blamed me. I was sitting there, and I come home, and that parent was there, and my mom was yelling, "You broke their toys." I'm like, "No, I didn't." And she says, "You better tell me the truth." I said I didn't. So she beat me for lying to her. Smacked me for lying over and over. Beat me for lying. And I still would never admit to it. 30 years later, my cousin says, "Oh, you beat Andy for that?" And she's like, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, I'm the one that broke the toys." She felt so bad for that. But I'm like, "Hey, you know what? When I told you I didn't do it, I didn't do it." And another thing, when I was younger and they had video games, you had to go out of the house, go to a place that had them. Arcade, yeah. The local arcade was called the Crystal Ship. I don't know if that was a good name or not. Yeah, it was definitely a different world 30. Not well, this was even longer than that. This had to be closer to 40 years ago. Pac-Man owes you millions. The 20s were a fun roaring time, trust me. Yeah, you're funny, Justin. You are funny. Yeah. I'm sure some of you know the thing. I mean, like the whole, I just seen that saying on Facebook, "Hey, I'm come from a time when you were told to keep talking, meant you were going to get your ass whipped if you kept talking." I think you guys know what I mean. At least most of you should anyway. Yeah, it was a different time. It was a better time. Thank you, Uber. That offends you? Well, guess what? I don't give a damn. Sorry, guys. I'm only messing. No, I don't. I'm just messing. Eh. No, I never lied to my parents, and I was so hurt. Not that she beat me, because she really couldn't hurt me, but I was hurt that she didn't believe me. Yeah, see, yeah, but I'm telling you, with our parents being like that, they kind of taught us respect, and it did. Even if we knew we didn't do it, it still taught us respect. And to this day, us older generations show respect. Yeah, that ends up happening. You end up feeling guilty as you get older over stuff you did and things like that. Yeah, no, they don't, and they really don't, Stevie. I have to agree with that. I know Becky. If the kids were to get smart with her, she'll put them in their place in a second. Boom. If they get smart with me, I try, but I'm kind of the soft one, so they kind of they laugh at me. So I kind of go, Becky, they're I'm offended by them, Becky. Yeah, it's kind of funny. And then she gets on me. If you were tougher with them when they were kids, they wouldn't be like that now with you. That's what I hear. That's true. That's true, Justin. That's true. Yeah. If I would have did that, Youper, I would have got hit with a brick. My grandmother, too. My dad said if he got smart with his mom when he was a kid, she could take her shoe off and throw it, and it would turn corners. He swore it would turn corners and hit you. Becky's dad knew my grandmother, and he said she was nobody to mess with. Yeah, whatever she got on her hands, of course. Yeah. Well, that's the way it is. Oh, you were born in the 90s, Stevie. So was my son. What year were you born, Stevie, if you don't mind me asking? You're the opposite of soft? Hello. Oh, 91, yes. Demon child. Ah, that's funny. Never heard of it before, Justin. Well, yes, we do. And I think it's going to be funny to see my children. I hope I get to live long enough to see my children turn into us, as their parent, I tell my son, I said, when you have a child someday, you're going to see why I was the way I was. You'll see. Oh, were you, Tanisha? Well, what the heck is goat yoga, if you don't mind me asking? Is that something new? Have you ever heard of goat yoga before, hon?
Goat yoga.
Yeah, is that where you let goats walk on your back or something? Stevie's older than you, though, yes.
Tell me when you're off the line.
Why is that?
Because I want to show you this video. 16 minutes long.
Okay, I'll let you know. I'll tell you as soon as I'm off. Like snake massage. That's another thing I don't like. It kind of strange. I think it's just a gimmick to try to get money. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. I think if a goat walked on my back, I think I would be in the hospital, even if it's a small little goat. I have to agree. Gimmick for sure. You prefer beer yoga? What's that? You just drink until you fall in funny, you trip and stuff like that and fall in funny shapes. Just about a month older, huh? Oh. Pretty much. Yeah, that's sounds like Irish yoga, right? Pen over stuff. Yeah, anything for a quick buck. And I don't think that's right to take people's money. You think you're old? I'm pretty sure I'm one of the oldest ones in here. Yeah, I wouldn't put them in a microwave. If you're serious about that, I wouldn't do it. I would put them in a container and leave them sit out for a couple hours, or put them in warm water. I seen it. Didn't you have it on your one video that one day? Or was it a picture I seen? I can't remember. But there was a video out years ago, and this is no joke, Justin. It was about snakes and stuff like that. It was all about snake breeders and things like that. And it was about what was it? Reptile Mania was the name of the movie. They actually showed a breeder putting a mouse in the microwave and defrosting it for a couple minutes. I'm closer to 50 than you are, Dale, so don't feel bad. I'm sure it's going to look great. Oh, see, I guess I probably am the oldest one in here now.
How do you make it?
I have no idea, Musashi, what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying there, buddy. Sorry.
Remove sealed lid.
I will be. We'll go with that rumor, Justin. We'll go with that rumor. That does, and I'll tell you right now, not the Social Security thing, but my hand. I don't know if you can see my fingers right here. I got a big bump here on this finger. I don't know if you can see it, and the thumb, and the back. What are you doing? Hey.
Put your finger in my face.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Did anybody see me put my finger in her face? Didn't think so. Everybody says no. But the liquid molecules moving around, yeah. But that was on a video. Mm-hmm. $50 to say no. You're funny, Justin. You are funny. Yeah, I don't think I never used a microwave. I always heated them up in water and left them sit, or left them sit out until they thawed up, and then went that route with them. After she smacked you, what, Uper? After she smacked me, what? You didn't see nothing. You're old. You can't. You're probably older than me, buddy. How many aqua balls? I think you might be older than me. I'm not sure. John, thank you for stopping in here, buddy. It's great to have you in here. You're not supposed to say that at all, Uber. Yeah, he's going to be getting big. Mm-hmm. And how old are you, Justin? So I know how old he is if he's only 2 years older than you. Wow, Stevie. Wow. Oh, maybe aqua balls ain't. Maybe George ain't older than me. I'm going to say you are 44.
Hey, Gomer, have you heard from Gomer Jr. today?
Yeah. You're talking to the big J guy, right? Yeah, he bought 4.
I haven't talked to him.
Yeah, he just sent me that in a Snapchat really quick. He's at a barbecue, I think. Oh, you'll be 44 this October. Mm-hmm. I said 44. Oh, you're 43. Duh. You were born in 1980. Wow. Whew. Yeah. Yeah, okay, you're 43. Okay, I'm sorry. I got a few years on you there. Just a few. I could put it to you this way, Atomic, there, Justin. I'm more than 10 years older than you are.
I got those pictures a lot early too, but
What pictures?
Of a barbecue with a steak.
Oh, yeah. And well, then I asked him. That's the only thing I heard from him.
Well, that's more than I heard from him today.
Arrow's okay, but then again, he has no superpowers.
Oh, that's Maybe you're into the Flash.
The Flash is where it's at. Flash and Superman, I'm telling you. So is your ex-girlfriend. She's not special. Oh, jeez. You're not special. 33. Let me see. When I was 33,
I don't know. I'll let you know. I'm not 33 yet.
I think we had Andrew when I was 33. Thor also. He's pretty cool. I'm going to say he's pretty cool. But isn't Captain America have the ability to pick up his hammer? I think he does. Now the Incredible Hulk is cool because every time the more you hurt him, or the more he gets angry, the bigger and stronger he gets. And that's, of course, he snaps his fingers with the stones and messes his whole arm up. No, one of them picked it up, Justin. One of them picked it all the way up and held it up. I think it was Captain America or something like that. So was I. I suppose you watched Lou Ferrigno, right? Okay. See, I'm not going to say I know a lot about it. Spider-Man. Andrew's guy, Spider-Man. Yeah. Captain picked up the sword. Yeah, Captain America could pick up the sword. I knew he could. I mean, the hammer. Yes, he could. He's definitely strong enough to pick up the hammer because he did it in one of them comics. He picked it up. Mm-hmm. Which son said it, Liam? Glow. Thank you, Liam, for making me, I knew I was right. Thank you for backing me up on that one, buddy. Lou Ferrigno's pretty cool. Thank you for stopping in here, Cody, and we'll check you later. Well, Dale, good night, buddy. You have a great night, and I'll talk to you later. Emma, how are you? Loser. Oh, did he? But was it his hammer or was it the axie hammer thingy? Yeah, awesome, man. He picked up the. Oh, okay. See, I don't remember. I should remember, but I don't. I like Conan the Barbarian. How did you guys go see Conan when it first came out, the original one? Arnold Schwarzenegger. Good night, Stevie. Thank you for stopping in. I thought that was an awesome movie. But again, I guess I like that movie so much because of all the snakes in it. Because even when I was younger, when I was like 4 years old when that movie came out, we won't tell nobody the truth. Now I'm only kidding you. I was much older. But I was always addicted to snakes before that. Snake arrows were cool. That they were. Seek. James Earl Jones played a good part in that. What is stronger than steel? The flesh that wields it. Yeah, I did like that movie. Yeah, he does a good job in them all. Emma, I cannot do that, but I can. Is this better, Emma? Do I sound better, guys, if I'm back further? Or do I sound better when I'm close? You guys got to tell me. I can. Darth Vader, because he really technically didn't play that part. We said it at the same time. I'm sorry, Emma. I don't mean to be loud. He did, because he did the voice of him. Did you guys ever hear the Mandela effect? And did you ever see his interview where he said he didn't say it the way that it's in the movie now? How do you explain that stuff? You've never heard of the Mandela effect, Tanisha? The documentary is still outside. I think he's still outside. He'll be okay, though. Emma, you should come and let the dog in if he's outside. The Mandela effect is where they believe that two parallel universes have, like, bubbles have intermixed. Oh, okay, he's in the living room. And, like, life is like a box of chocolate or, them things. The way things are spelled are different, like the Berenstein Bears. You should look it up. There's a whole theory behind it, how things have changed, how they spell J.C. Penney. Huh? Are you? How far behind are you? Oh, maybe you should restart it then.
But you explained it wrong.
I kind of explained it wrong, but they do believe it's parallel universes where they intersect.
Parallel universes where they intertwine a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And then things are just like totally flipped.
The flipped, yeah. Like
but there still are books out there of the Berenstein Bears where they're spelled both ways.
I know. It's like Looney Tunes and Looney Tunes. Yeah. TUNES or TOONS. How do you guys remember it being spelled when you were kids? J.C. Penney. When you look at J.C. Penney now, it's spelled different than it was when I was a kid. They've even showed newspaper articles where it was spelled a different way, and people say, "No, J.C. Penney swears it wasn't." Captain Crunch cereal spelled different now than it was, and they say it was never spelled that way. Mike Rowe is good. Yes, he is. Yes, they do have great speaking voices. Do you like Mike Rowe? Does anybody like Mike Rowe? And did you guys hear this other theory about the Great Pyramids being power plants? Yes, but he does a podcast now, which is very interesting. He was talking about his mother one day with his purse, and she lost his purse, and all this whole big story came out about it, and it was a big hit. You should go check out his channel. He's got a thing on Facebook, George. Yeah. Oh, George Techie, very good. Yes. That's all right. I got stupid fingers too. Or I type so fast that I type stuff wrong. So I'm trying to think who else has a good voiceover voice like type of stuff. We got Mike Rose got a good voiceover. You got James Earl Jones, Morgan Freeman. Yeah, another good one. Who's that guy who played in The Beef Guy? Did you ever hear The Beef Guy? He does really good too. I'm trying to think of what his name is. He played in Roadhouse as the guy with the gray hair. Yeah, high school football practice has started here. I'm not sure, Uber. I mean, Atomic, Justin, I'm not sure. Sarah Tyndall, how are you doing? Yes, Star Trek. How are the Tyndalls doing? And did Mikey start school yet or not? That is good. That is good. Tell Edward that the Poecilotheria fasciatus, the one molted already. So very good. Edward is asleep. Tell him I said hello when he gets up then. You should run in and do prank day on him or something. Just kidding. Did Mikey start school yet, Sarah? Or does he start next week or something? Wow, you guys, he starts early, doesn't he? When do they get out of school? Sam Elliott. That's the gentleman I'm thinking of, Justin. Sam Elliott. So I knew somebody would know who I was talking about. Yeah, he did the beef commercials for a while. That's a long school year. Wow. Hey, hon. Hold on a minute, guys. Hon. I think she fell asleep. She's been working her butt off. Yes, the ranch or something like that. It was. Uber, I think it was something like that. Oh, yeah, they're eating. They're doing good. They're doing really good. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I never watched it, but I'm pretty sure that it was the ranch with Ashton Kutcher. I think that's who it is, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So how are all the animals doing where you're at, Sarah? How's all the tarantulas doing? And has Edward gotten any luck with trying to breed the true tarantula? I've been watching all these videos of him doing this, but I haven't seen any good lockups yet, unless I missed one somewhere. In a world before there were humans, there were other humans. Yeah, I got to send you a picture, Sarah, of our but it's a project. It's a work in progress, right? He's going to keep working at it, I hope. Um, my Brachypelma vagans, they're getting very big. One of them is. The other ones are still small. They eat, but they're just growing slow. So I'm hoping I get a female out of it. And all of my pumpkin patches are doing amazing. They're growing so fast. I sent you a picture, I think, of the molt, the one that molted. Yeah, that would kind of upset me too. And I seen his video, and he was asking people if anybody has a female, he would send them a male, and he'd work a big deal out with them. And I think that's good. You would think that you would have a few of them. That's why I don't just buy one. Like when I bought the AC Manis from you guys, I wanted 4 or 5 of them or something. Gives me a chance of having at least one female in there, I hope. It would be good if I had all females. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's coming up too, ain't it? I'm not going to make it there this year again. But that's understandable. It's okay, though. I don't know how well I would do walking around Tinley anyway because of my back. I walk with a cane now, so I don't know how well I would do. Because of the severe pain, I don't know how well I would do walking around a big arena like that anyway. Of the AC Manis. Skipping ahead, and deja vu. Welfare claim steals the crown. I may have to get a few more from you when I place another order. Yeah, I know Shakespeare. I like that. Them things are diggers too. They have totally just every time I go down there, I see dirt flying because they're digging holes. It's pretty cool. It's really cool. I got them all eaten. So I'm happy. I'm happy with everything I got from you guys. It's all doing really good. The sea darlingis are really small, but I only had mealworms, so I pre-killed the mealworm and dropped it in there, and they jumped right on it. Yes, I am very much so enjoying them. There are no windows in here. If there weren't, you much easier to let out the bad energy. Yeah, I would do that if I go there, Uper, but I'm not going to be able to go there, so. And that, a lot of it, I like to go to them things, but a lot of it has to do with pain, so. I suppose if I go, I need to get myself a wheelchair or something. I'm not sure who that is. I'd have to really sit down and think. Well, thank you, Huber, and I think it would be too. As I get older here, the back gets much worse. So I see a wheelchair in the future. I was told I would have a wheelchair because I used to be paralyzed to begin with, and I was told I'll be in a wheelchair by the time I'm 50, and this wasn't but 10 years ago. And as of now, I'm pushing 50, so I'm doing pretty good. Oh, thank you, Sarah. So it makes me feel good. I got friends like you guys. It really does. It really does. So, are you planning to pick some new stuff up there, Sarah? And oh, he was E.T. Oh, okay. I got you. And how about you, Hubert? Do you plan to pick anything up at the show? Yes, your rainbow boas are freaking amazing. That's one of my dream animals. I would love to have is a rainbow boa. Crebo's also on the list. Yellowtail or blacktail, or doesn't it matter? And you do plan to pick one up, I guess. And put locks on both cages. Yep. Yellowtail. Oh, then nobody has to push me, right? That would be cool. That would be cool. I would love to get one of them. I just don't have the money for one of them. Oh, I believe you could, Uber. Yeah, see, there's no way I could get. Nope, $7,000 is a little too expensive for rich for my blood. I could think of a million other things to spend the money on. I'd rather get one and just push myself around. Yeah, you got bit. It's kind of funny when people get bit, but it happens. I guess it's all part of the hobby. Yeah, Walmart has free ones, but everybody and their mother sits on those ones. I'm just kind of funny like that. Yeah. They're free, but are they free to take away from Walmart? Take home with you? Your in-laws? Well, that's good. I'm glad you had great people like that in your life. Yeah. There's only a few snakes that I want to get now. I'm gonna slow way down on the snake thing, and because there's certain things that, like with tarantulas, I can do, but I enjoy them anyway because I could sit and do it. Let's do a wheelchair race. So you can fly around, yeah. That's funny. Fly down the street at 90. Phew. Yeah, a T would be. They're very. You would be surprised, Nooper. I only plan to get a few, but it's like you get addicted to them because they come in so many fascinating colors. You're colorblind. I just forgot, but and they're fascinating to watch. They're not like a ball python where it just sits. These guys, they're all over the place. They dig holes. They dig tunnels. No, you don't want to forget your wheelie bars. You don't want to flip over. But yeah. Who are you talking to, sir? Are you talking to Uper there? Oh, it's fun. It's actually a lot of fun. When I first got them, I didn't think I would enjoy them as much as I do, but I do. It's just they're a lot of fun, and I find it fast. I find them fascinating to watch. You know, there's a spider out there. It's not a tarantula, but it's a regular. It's a huntsman spider. The OBT is very cool. Yes, I got one. Did you see it? It was in my video today. It's called the David Bowie. It's pretty interesting. You know, they have a Johnny Cash tarantula too. That would be cool to get a couple Johnny Cashes in the collection. Sarah likes all her. I think, Sarah, if I'm not mistaken, I think your favorites are the Avix, all the Avix, the whole family of Avix, but I could be wrong. I thought I heard you say that once. My favorite of the pumpkin patch. I could see, you know, I got all the Macy Manis. I could see me having 20 more pumpkin patches. I really like those. The colors of them. What, the pumpkin patch or the Avix? Jeepers Keepers is a good, an excellent channel. I love his channel.
Take a moment and appreciate what's right for you. You don't miss it. Hey, Simi speaking as your producer. Everyone is up. Don't bring it down to your sinkhole of despair.
Do they really? That's kind of funny. I didn't know they did that. Oh, the skeleton legs. Edward does. He likes them ones that if they bite you, you can get pretty sick. Just for instance, like the OBTs. That was funny. He's like, I hope it don't bite me. I don't need an OBT IV. Oh, that was funny. Oh. But don't get me wrong. I like my OBT too. I think it's great. You know, I never really thought about getting into ants. I like my my isopods. I really do. Oh, that one was hilarious. The one that was crawling on his back of his legs and in between his legs. You know, I'm not scared of them, but I've heard of stories where people were goofing around not goofing around, but messing with the cage, and it ran up their hand real quick and down the other hand. It ran up over the shoulder and down the other hand because some of them are pretty fast. And I know that you can't freak out with that because you don't want them jumping anywhere, falling, or getting hurt or nothing. So you just stay calm. My whole problem is if one crawled up and sat on my back, I don't know. I would have to sit there a long time because I don't think it would be hard for me to get somebody to help me because Becky's kind of leery of him. Andrew's okay with him. You know, he's getting better. But at this point, if a big one were to get out on my back or something, I don't have real big ones yet, or get out, he would still be just slightly leery of it a little bit. But he's good. He loves the ones that you guys sent him. He's having a blast with them. He was taking pictures of them today. He goes in and hangs out with the tarantulas all the time, so he's definitely on his way to being. Well, like I said, he started his collection already. I'll show you the picture he took today of the one. I don't know if you guys can see it. He took a picture of this one today. So he's getting there. Definitely getting there. When he was younger, he wouldn't even walk in that room. But now he's getting there, and he's really enjoying them. He wants me to get post Letharia Metallica Goody Sapphires. Yeah, I thought of that. I thought of that. I was like, well, if it climbs on my shirt, I just gotta relax and slowly take it off. What I would Cold-Blooded Cafe. You can order them right from Cold-Blooded Cafe and have enough to last you 6 months for only like $100 and some bucks, because he's only charges $30 for shipping. Cold-Blooded Cafe or Perfect Prey, but I like Cold-Blooded Cafe. Oh, for your Goody Sapphire, yes. Yeah. I was thinking that when we lived in Oklahoma for a while, but I had to have a separate building because she would never let them in the house. And here, they're very strict about it. It's very hard to get a permit or anything to have hot unless you do it like under the table or something. But my luck, they would find out or something, you know. I like Edward Tyndall has them. You and Edward have them timber rattlesnakes and the copperhead and the cottonmouth cross. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You were copperheads. I caught some copperheads when I was in Oklahoma, and I would. Then they were the ones I would want to keep. Copperheads for sure. And here, they don't have copperheads up here, so they would never survive if they got out. So I don't see why there'd be a problem with them. But the prairie rattlesnake would be cool also. Copperheads are awesome. You know, I think they're just a beautiful animal. And there's so many different variations of copperheads. Why do you have to watch out for the hybrids? Are they like a little bit more mean or something? Not mean, but should I say defensive? Hello, Ed. How are you doing, buddy? How are things going with you? And did Vanessa start school yet or no? Because the kids here go back next week. Well, see, that depends on what kind of snakes you're talking about, Justin. Tell her this for me. I hope she has an amazing year. What kind of wild ones are you talking about, Justin? She's a dance. Emma suffered a knee thing, so she had to stop dance. She won the state championship a couple years in a row. That's something to work for. Something to work for you.
Really? It's okay. Sheila got it from me at the last time down.
Anything that's local to me. Well, um, I would definitely think of. I would never do wild caught ball pythons or anything like that. But I definitely would do things like um, milk snakes. I mean, well, not milk snakes, but like I'm sorry, gopher snakes and stuff like, or what, bull snakes. Sorry, but then they have so many that are so cheap that you can buy that are not wild caught. Why would you want to do it that way? Unless you went out and field collected them yourself. Is that what you were talking about? And most states are very funny about that. Some states, if they come to your place and they find out that you have an animal that's a native to your state, you have to pretty much prove sometimes where you got that from. Because if it's wild caught, they don't like taking, they don't take chances. Yeah, see, I just would rather buy them. I got bull snakes are on my one of my list. Albinos, definitely. I would definitely want 2 albino bull snakes. I would trade ball pythons for a couple albino bull snakes if anybody knew anybody had some. I like the rattlesnakes too. It's not hard. Shipping fish is actually pretty easy. You go to Ship My Fish. There's a company called Ship My Fish. You can buy the boxes, the bags, you triple bag, all that stuff. Yeah, it's not hard. You just got to do it overnight. Got to watch the temperatures. I used to get fish in February when it was 75 below zero here, discus fish, and they were fine.
You guys roommates now?
Nope. Just having a little pre-party drink. Have a lot of socializing.
Yeah, you're allowed to have them though, right, Uper? There's no real. It's not really hard to get them up there, right? Yeah. See. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a pair of albino bull snakes, and I would be willing to trade some ball pythons for those. Because I really want to get into the bull snake thing. I like my colubrids. Ooh, I'm gonna break my watch. They're cool. A lot of places they have restrictions on those too, though. So you have to watch where you're at with those. If I'm not mistaken, Ed, don't you have a couple of those? Frogs are cool. Edward, yeah, Edward's got one, right, Sarah? Or Edward just likes them? You don't, huh? Why don't you like them, Sarah, if you don't mind me asking?
Vodka soda, we don't have any lots, I'm sorry. And is there any way we can put this? Sure, let's go.
I think he does.
Teddy Ruxpin, my son. I'm sure he'll love it.
You're not a frog person, huh?
Understand what it is, or why
Yeah,
it's
that could be.
there in his group that talks. But you know how it is, you're working and you want to bring them something back that says, I miss you and you feel terrible and I've heard about you everything in the hotel gift shop. So how about this really expensive?
Yeah, they're not hard to ship. They're actually pretty easy.
He is 10.
They got drops that you put in the water. I can't remember what they're called.
He's calling himself
You got to give me a minute. I got to think of this. They got a couple drops you put in the water that kind of that's good for the fish. It helps them. And then you have to pump. You can't just close the bag like you do at the pet store. You know how you just grab the bag and close it. You have to use pure oxygen in the water. You have to have an oxygen tank. Put pure oxygen in the top. Tie the bag off so that the oxygen lasts in the bag during shipping, because the air out here is not pure oxygen. It's only a percentage of oxygen, has everything else in it. But you have to use pure oxygen. You have to have an oxygen tank. I think it's pixie frogs. Yeah, the frogs are awesome. Yep. Yeah, aqua balls. There's a droplets you have to put in there, and it's for something for stress. It kind of relaxes them a little bit too. Keeps them from stressing out during a shipment, and you have to definitely use pure oxygen in the air. For air in the bag, I mean. And it's not hard to ship them. You know, since the pet store, we don't have the pet store anymore, I often thought about opening up several kinds of stores. And a fish store was definitely one of them. Online fish store where I would be shipping out. If I opened up any kind of store now, it would be an online store.
Anyone ever tell you ladies to pace yourselves?
No, I don't think it was methylene blue. No. I know what methylene blue is. I have to think about this for a minute. You might put a droplet of methylene blue in there, but I don't think it was. It was something else. Do you have fish still, Uper? Do you still have fish?
You're fine. Why are you working?
I'm just making some notes. I do little performance reports for myself every night after the show. Things that went well, things that need to be improved on.
Look, it's a day off. Okay, the show's closed.
Like I said, if I were to do another aquarium right now at this point in time, it would be a fragging tank. I like zoanthids and polyzoas and stuff like that. They're really cool. And for frogs, if I were to do frogs again of any kind, I would definitely do dart frogs. Dart frogs are awesome. Definitely do dart frogs. Yeah, I would never feed anything like that. So you got to watch when you get wild caught stuff like that too. Aqua balls. Some people they would go out and catch these frogs and give them to their hognose snakes, and the problem with that is lung fluke, and it would, that would kill your hognose snake easy. Even freezing it doesn't kill off lung fluke. So it's a different. It's a dangerous thing with reptiles. Red, black, and yellow are coral snakes. Some milk snakes have that colors, and so do some king snake. Stress coat, yeah, that's another thing. But no, this wasn't stress coat either. It was something that they put in to relax the animal so it doesn't stress out over shipping. Give me a second. I will find it.
I'm sorry, I think I need to lie down.
In the car, because the seats recline. Bed is probably better. Yeah.
Yo, why does someone get hurt around here?
It was a solid sense.
Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to kick that trash.
There's the place at the strip mall. Paradise and 20. Plus cab is 20 away.
Hold on a minute.
Bus stop.
Me? I thought this was a hotel, not a prison. Ooh. Ooh, girl, you don't look too good. You should get that washed. I worked in a garage one summer. Stomach acid really strikes the pain. I've got errands to run, but I could do it for you.
Just be very careful with it. It's a push.
Don't worry. I know how to treat a lady.
Give me 1 second. No, it's not on there. Hold on a minute, guys. Let me pop back in and see what everybody's saying. Carl's steaks, yes, they're definitely red to yellow, kill a fellow, or red to black, the friend of Jack thing, I'm sure.
What? I've got a lot of free time. I got Bash is keeping me here. Write something new.
Can I read it?
Nope. Nobody reads my work until it's done. There we go. Come on, sit down.
Oh, no. I'll watch you play.
Oh, no, one-handed blackjack. Where's the looking glass?
You know who does a good video on it? George.
You're up. Sit
KG Tropicals. Look them up on YouTube here. KG Tropicals does a shipping cichlids, like African cichlids shipping. And he does it. He shows you just what to use, but I know you got to use pure oxygen and stuff like that. So
Okay, now the idea is you want to get 21. Of course, do it. Now put shit right up there in the square.
and you're gonna want to ship them overnight, right? Let me see here.
9 more points. So she's good.
No, he's got
Let me see. I might be able to find this for you, this video. I'm gonna look real quick.
Now just signal that you're gonna stay.
Might be hard because this was years ago that he did it when he owned a store, but he doesn't own a store no more. So
Yes,
I won.
you won.
I'm not sure if I'll be able to find it for you guys or not.
Waitress, can I get two Bloody Marys?
Wait, it's still the morning.
I know, that's why I didn't order scotch. All right, let's let it ride.
And I don't, I
Hey, concierge, run out for some ice.
I don't ever bash anybody or anything. This guy's got a good channel. Let me see here.
And you've been having a lot of sex lately, so
I'm not pregnant.
Let me see.
Is body control inside? I have a migraine. I'm getting symptoms.
oh, but do you need pills or anything? Because
Feels like this nail being hammered upon my left eye. That if I just lie here very still.
I don't know why that don't work for me right now. Something's going on here. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Here's one of them.
Ash. I so needed this. Yeah. You do seem tease, girl. What's that? Boyfriend time? Basically, all things is. I know I'm good in bed,
Oh, do you guys do that, Sarah? That sounds like fun.
but he's like uptight.
That does sound like fun.
It's pissing me off. I dated this guy who washed his hands the second we finished fucking. I was like, hey, I'm still here.
Yeah, go to his channel too, and go back to the beginning of his channel, and see where he opens up the store at. Go back to like the oldest videos and work your way forward, and you'll see the store when he opened up his store, and then when he how he ships and stuff like that. But that's one of his shipping videos. I'm not sure that one has everything in it, but I know that he does a really good one. Milking snakes could be fun, but you got to know what you're doing, and you got to have the proper equipment to freeze dry the snakes. That freeze dry the venom properly.
He could actually communicate that to me instead of running off like some middle school boy. It's funny you say that because my boyfriend, he's also like middle school.
But I don't think this is the video that I'm talking about.
So I've heard through the grapevine. You know what? Fuck it. I don't need a haircut. I don't need a boyfriend either. Good for you, honey. You want to take our appointment?
We're supposed to go to the Hoover Dam, but the neck got canceled. Now Ron is sick to her stomach. She's got migraines, which, by the way, isn't just bad headaches, it's an actual medical condition. And I don't know what to do. You know my family, or you can get a hug. They'll love to take care of me.
But that could be the one I was talking about too. I'm not sure. He's got a couple of them there.
I thought maybe you wanted to hang out and catch up. Yeah,
It's
that too.
he's got a good channel.
You wanna watch something? Or
You can. I've seen it done, Justin. They put them in a container. They put some carbon dioxide in the container. It kind of knocks the tarantula out. They pick up the tarantula. I wouldn't do it, no. And they pick them up. They stimulate them with a little bit of electrical current through the fangs, releases the venom, and then they pick it up. But I can't see how that could be good for the snake. I really don't.
I'm busy. You know, we're all busy.
What are we talking about euthanizing a snake for? Did I miss something? Steve, how are you doing? How is everything okay with you? Haven't heard from you in a while. Yeah, you can look it up. They show it on there's videos out there. Why would you want to euthanize a snake with CO2? I didn't see her. How's it doing? Everything's going good, Steve. I do apologize. I missed that because I was looking something up for George there. Okay. Now, okay. You got it. I've done some research on this now. Okay. Here's the deal with like snakes. Interestingly enough. Okay. If you cut the snake's head off, it can live for an hour still. Kind of weird. So putting it in a freezer is a no-no. Putting it in a freezer, it will definitely suffer in the freezer. Then I watched this whole thing about CO2ing them. And CO2ing them also causes them distress because they gasp for air and stuff, and they can survive with no oxygen for 20 minutes or more. So they live. The fastest way that these people, and that's Snake Discovery. I don't know if you ever hear of Snake Discovery, the channel Snake Discovery. I use CO2 too on rats, but you guys heard of the Snake Discovery thing, right? She says her and her husband there say the fastest way to dispatch a snake that's badly deformed, this kind of sounds out there, is they hit them with a hammer in the head real quick because they're dead instantly. Then that's what they say they do, because they've done a lot of research on the all the other stuff, and freezing it's a no-no, CO2 is a no-no. Well, you know, a lot of people say cut the head off. That's a no-no because it gets rough. Smashing the head with a hammer, it's over instantly. There's no suffering, no nothing. It's over. And I that sounds kind of hard, and it would be hard to do, but I don't know. What was the pairing that you got? What are the genetics of that snake, by the way? If you don't mind me asking.
This has been the best day.
Smashing the head is not bad.
4:45.
I say 2:30.
Yeah, it's bad enough that they got deformed, but if you smash them in the head real fast, it's over in a second. Split second. Boom. And that's what they do. You put them in a freezer, they suffer. You cut their head off, they suffer. You CO2 them, they're going to suffer because a snake is not a mammal. And the only way to get it over with quick for a snake, because they have a different body metabolism and everything than mammals do, is smash them in the head with a hammer. You put it down on like a block and bink, it's over. Real fast, done. Instantly. I know it sounds cruel, it sounds mean, but it's instant. Done.
What do you even care? You broke up with me. Whoa. No. That was just a fight. Where people say mean things they don't mean. Haven't you ever been in a fight? I haven't been in anything. Hey, I don't really think that.
What was the pairing, if you don't mind?
I just want to let me touch you. I touch you all the time. In the ring. But in bed, you get all weird about it. I learned exactly what you like and how to do it. And you see how satisfying that is for you? To make me feel that good?
Did you have any kind of
But every time I try to go
yeah, you can do that. Send it to me on Instagram or over Facebook or something. Yeah. Did you have any kind of spike in your incubation temperatures at all or anything?
I'm not sexy like you. I'm not comfortable all splayed out like that. And I just get in my head and then I can't. Oh my god, you are crazy. You're so sexy and beautiful. Shit. When I'm in the same room as you, I just want to grab you, pin you to the bed.
Yeah, it's possible.
So pin me.
Well, lower temperatures usually don't affect it
Do it before I start.
like that. Lower temperatures usually make the genetics work better. It's when the temperatures spike higher that it affects them, gives them kinks. That's when most of your issues will pop up. Yeah, usually it's a temperature spike. And the reason they discovered this is there's a big breeder who was breeding a lot of Carl albinos, and he had an incubator spike, and almost every baby in there had kinks. And he had an incubator that didn't spike, and he only had partial kinks because kinking goes with the Carl albino. So what he did is he lowered the temperature for the next clutches, and guess what? Almost none of them had kinks. Not in snakes, Justin. It can in gators, it can in crocodiles, it can in some it can in some geckos and things like that. Not on ball pythons. I don't understand what you mean by not on ball pythons. Oh, not on ball pythons. Yeah, ball pythons will not be determined by temperature. Mm-mm. What do you mean by you can't control the temps? You can't. Oh, you can't control the. The sex, like you can, yeah. But you can incubate at a lower temperature and it will last, you know, control side. I got what you meant. It happens every time somebody walks by me, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Yeah, I don't think you can do it any snakes of any kind, but I do know that few gecko breeds can. There's the crocodiles. Yeah, crocodiles. Oh, yeah, he's not. But he didn't eat till this morning, though, when I fed him yesterday, so I don't know. I don't think he's even interested. I don't think he feels good today. Well, guys, Steve, Uper, George, Justin, everybody else. Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah, I figured it out. I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. Thanks, everybody, for stopping in here. George, I hope that video that I posted up there helps you to in anything. And, you know, you can ask me anything over Instagram, and I'll try to help you any way I can. Okay? So thank you guys all for coming in here, and peace out. Shannon, thank you for stopping in.